What's up everybody, it's your boy back again with another video. Now you know why we here, I know why you here, so let's not waste no time. Without further ado, let's drop that intro so we can get right into things. So guys, we're making our own DIY acoustic panels. As you can see, the acoustic panels that I used to use is no longer behind me. I took them all down. Now, originally I was going to reuse them. Caveat to that in a little bit. Originally I was going to reuse them in a different design, but once I started taking them off the wall, some of them in a few areas started ripping, and of course, once you take them off, you can't really like reuse it again. I mean, they could come off, but at the same time, you need to change the location, which means you need to buy more command strips. And in one area of my wall, some of the paint started coming off, and I didn't want to go through that hassle. And then the second hassle was the amount of time that it actually takes to even put a command strip on this, put a command strip on the wall. Well, technically they come together and then you just put it on the wall, but still. Find me, taking them off kind of sucks. For each panel, it does take a while. And these, they aren't bad. As long as you go with 2 inches and above, it will be phenomenal when it comes down to your sound design. And then the other reason I do like these is they come in different patterns. Like say I got this pattern, and I also have this pattern right here. And then you can make some amazing designs on the wall. So it does work, but again, through that hassle of going to put that back up, I didn't want to deal with that. So I went and created that box style of acoustic panels. I figured doing it yourself will be fun, more creative, and then fun, and then a lot cheaper than actually buying some of the ones over there. And in any case, you can make it with whatever material you want or however strong that you want. I'll list some of the other materials that you can use as like filling in the description below. But what I used as my filling was the same old panel that I was just showing you, because when you double them up, I mean, they do the job just the same when they're on the wall, so why not utilize it in your DIY project instead of using a different type of material. Of course, the timber that I got it from Lowe's, but I'm pretty sure you go to Lowe's, Home Depot, or any type of timber merchant depending on where you are in the world. And I also got my timber cut at Lowe's as well, and they didn't even charge me to cut it. Of course, each location is going to be different. I'm pretty sure they probably would charge you to cut it, but it's a lot easier to get them to cut it. Or if you have your own, saw blade, then you could go ahead and utilize that to cut it yourself. I do have my own saw blade, but I opted just to have them cut it in the exact specifications that I want. The specifications that I utilized to cut my boards were, for the length, 5.5 feet. For the width, 2 feet. If you need those in inches, that is 61 inch by 24 inches with a height of 5 inches. I think the height is a little subjective due to it being foam and it can kind of be compact. I just measured it with a tape measure, and that's how I got my dimensions. Of course, if you want it longer, shorter, measure it first if you are using acoustic panels, and then just go to your local timber merchant and just have them cut it to that exact specification that you need. The other option is you could also use, so I know like Lowe's and Home Depot, they sell like wall insulation. Probably pronouncing that wrong, but wall insulation that goes inside the wall, those are also pretty good at absorbing sound. There was one, I forgot the name at the moment, that I saw in Lowe's, and it does have the description of absorbing sound, so you could use that in your DIY project. And the good thing about that is it actually gives you the dimensions right on it, so you could pick that up, see the dimensions, get your wood, and just tell the guy like, hey, I need this cut to this exact specification. So then that way, once you go ahead and put it together, drill it in, it's already the same size as the insulation, and then you could hook it on the wall. That's the method that I went with. I just, as you can see, the materials laid out right here. I end up going with picture wire, and then I hooked it up. The one thing that I do want to do to take it a step further is get those corkscrews, so that way I could put it on the back, so that way it's more level on the wall and doesn't really move when you go to touch it. Right now I don't have those corkscrews on the back, so I can't really show you that process, but let's go ahead and put this together right now. As you can see, the first step is to lining everything up on the ground. To help me keep everything leveled, I did use like an L bracket ruler, but of course you don't need it. And then once you have everything lined up, you take your screw. Now again, screws, got it from my local Lowe's. They're just interior wood screws. I think they're about, let me see, 6x2. That's how much I got. I got it just long enough. I didn't get anything too crazy. Inexpensive interior wood screw. It had like a wood design on it. 6 feet 2 inches. That's what I got. It fit through perfectly. Screw it in to each corner. Once each corner is screwed in, that's when I took my fabric. Speaking on fabric, I got the fabric from Walmart. You can get it from Walmart. You can get it from any place that sell, any type of craft store that sells fabric. You can get it from there. I pretty much just cut it down to size because I used the fabric as like a bedding, because I didn't build my frame with a backing. Like say, like any picture frame normally has a backing, so once you put the item in, it doesn't fall out the other side. It was just a frame that I built, so I used the fabric as a backing, so that way when I put the foam inside, it doesn't fall through the other side. Now, once all the foam is in, and of course, if there's any discrepancies, if you're using this, you can always just cut it or just squish it down. It is foam. Once that all the foam was in, I took the fabric, I flipped it over carefully, making sure nothing fell out, and then I took the fabric and then I wrapped it in it, making sure to staple one side, and then when you go to the other side, you want to make sure you pull it tight. The reason why you need to pull it tight is so that way you don't want it to be loose when you're hanging up on your wall. Otherwise it's going to look all drapey, and you want to get that pristine look, prestige look, that royal look, so that way when you're not hang it up, you're like, dang, I did that, and you'll be like, yo, that looks bad. And the good thing about using fabric is you get whatever color you want. I just went with black because my room is white, so then I wanted to break up that color some more, which is the reason why I kind of like went with the black acoustic foams to begin with, just to break up some of the white. But yeah, came out nice. If you guys have any more questions, please let me know in the descriptions below. And do what all your favorite YouTubers always tell you to do. Hit that like button, that subscribe button. And guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Stop.